What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me for another episode on Shellbag Toy Rewind. As most of us turtle fans already know, Super7 has put out their latest wave and has shown us that Punker Dawn is going to be one of them. And let's go ahead and assume that they're going to make all the rest of the rock and roll turtles. So if they do make all of them and complete the full set of rock and roll turtles, that would be the second variation of the turtles. Now, yes, I do know that they came out with the Surf Mike and the Samurai Leo, but those are sort of kind of one-off ones, so I'm not going to count those. And so, as we all know, the original toy line year after year came out with new variations. And to be completely honest, I wasn't the hugest fan of the multiple variations. Of course, you know, some variations are better than others. These Olympic ones, not the biggest fan of. But other variations came along that I liked a lot more, such as the Wacky Wild West ones. These turtles just had a certain flair about them, and they just seemed a lot more fun to play with. And the great sculpts definitely helped out a bit too. And then again, other variations seem to make us scratch our head and just wonder why. And some of these figures have definitely been at the top of a few worst figures made list. And the list goes on and on. Some were not so cool, and others I could really get into, like the Dino ones. These figures were a little bit past my time, but there was something that I could at least appreciate, something new, something fresh, something different. So now the real question is, of all these versions of turtles, which ones do I want Super7 to make next after they complete the rock and roll ones? Let's get into it, and starting off with number 3, I had to go ahead and give it to the Storage Shell Turtles. I have absolutely loved these figures from the very beginning. They are almost just as good as the original turtles. The coloring, the sculpts, and of course, the functionality. I didn't have to lose my accessories anymore. I could just store them right in the shell. Number 2. I already mentioned how much I liked them earlier in the video, the Wacky Wild West Turtles. Didn't always like them, but they definitely have grown on me. Super big fan of these. I mean, the original Playmate sculpts looked amazing. I could only imagine what Super7 could do with them and what things that they could add to these figures. I would absolutely love to see it. The real question is do you think Super7 can make these figures these days, or would make them and risk the backlash from today's sensitive society? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And before I get to my number 1, my honorable mention goes out to the Cave Turtles. This one here is definitely one of the cooler lines, and no idea why they didn't do more of them, but hey. And now, number 1.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
You already know what it is. Of course, it is the Universal Monsters TMNT toy line, whether it's the first wave, the second wave, any of them. I would love to have all of them. If there's 2 things that I love, it's TMNT and Halloween/monster stuff. So this is right up my alley. Every single one of these sculpts is absolutely incredible. You ask any TMNT collector, these are going to be the ones that they are more than likely going after first. They are that amazing and that sought after. I know NECA recently came out with their own new updated versions of the Universal Monster TMNT line, but I want to see Super7 make ultimate versions of these ones right here, the originals. Well, that's my top 3, guys. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. I'll catch you all in the next one, guys.